Hello everyone, and welcome to another video reaction on this channel. This time is a very serious one. I have taken a look at the video before. I have seen it, and I want to share it. It will not be my first reaction to it, of course, but I want to share it with you because I think it's really amazing how 70 years after this video was recorded. It was recorded in 1947, I think it was, so it's exactly 70 years, but I don't get it straight because I might be wrong. The video is called Don't Be a Sucker, okay? And it's a short video that pretends to fight against racism and homophobia. Okay, and it's really sad to see how a video that has 70 years old, has so much meaning this day in 2017. It's really sad to see that things that have been happening in USA, for example, with Donald Trump. It's nothing more far away, with the terrorism in most of the world, with Brexit in Great Britain, or what we have having here in Spain with the Catalonia conflict. It's really sad to see how people still keep fighting for things that really don't matter at all, fighting for differences instead of fighting for unite with the things that we have in common. Instead of fighting in the same direction, we are fighting against each other all the time, and that's pretty sad because one day I hope we will look back and see that this kind of videos are not needed, that are so old-fashioned, that doesn't represent anything at all. I'm going to hit the play so you can see it, and let's just keep it rolling. It's really interesting, so don't be a sucker.
I happen to know the facts. Now, friends, I'm just an average American, but I'm an American, and some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil. I see people with foreign money. I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you. Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
Or in 2017.
What are we real Americans going to do about it? You'll find it right here in this little pamphlet. The truth about Negroes and foreigners. The truth about the Catholic Church.
Do you believe in that kind of talk?
All makes pretty good sense to me.
And I tell you, friends, we'll never be able to call this country our own until it's a country without. Without what? Yeah, without what? Without Negroes. Without alien foreigners. Without Catholics. Without Freemasons.
What's wrong with the Masons? I'm a Mason. Hey, that fella's talking about me.
And that makes a difference, doesn't it?
These are your enemies. These are the people who are trying to take over our country. Now you know them. You know what they stand for. And it's up to you and me to fight them. Fight them and destroy them before they destroy us. Thank you.
Before he said Masons, you were ready to agree with him.
Well, yes, but he was talking about... What about those other people?
But in this country, we have no other people. We are American people.
What about you? You aren't American, are you?
I was born in Hungary, but now I am an American citizen. And I have seen what this kind of talk can do. I saw it in Berlin.
What were you doing there?
I was a professor at the university. I heard the same words we have heard today. But I was a fool then. I thought Nazis were crazy people, stupid fanatics. But unfortunately, it was not so. You see, they knew that they were not strong enough to conquer a unified country. So they split Germany into small groups. They used prejudice as a practical weapon to cripple the nation. Of course, that was not easy to do. They had to work hard to do it. You see, we human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us, made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk. Somebody is going to get something out of it, and it isn't going to be you. Your right to belong to these minorities is a precious thing. You have a right to be what you are and say what you think, because here we have personal freedom. We have liberty. And these are not just fancy words. This is a practical and priceless way of living. But we must work at it. We must guard everyone's liberty, or we can lose our own. If we allow any minority to lose its freedom by persecution or by prejudice, we are threatening our own freedom. And this is not simply an ideal. This is good, hard common sense. You see,
common sense, so
in America,
difficult to
it's not a
find.
question whether we tolerate minorities. America is minorities. And that means you and me. So let's not be suckers. We must not allow the freedom or dignity of any man to be threatened by any act or word. Let's be selfish about it. Let's forget about we and they. Let's think about us.
Let's think about us. I don't know, United States of America War Office. I don't know what was the original purpose of that. I guess it was anti-racist speech, but it's not. If you extrapolate it to our days, it's not just about racism or just about America. Okay, it's about the world. We are all living in the same world. We are all living in the same earth, in the same land. It doesn't matter the borders are made by politics with lust for power, lust for money, and that doesn't mean that we are different. As in the video said, we are born without prejudice. Prejudice, however it's said. Sorry. But it's right. It's growing up and the society with around us what builds up those prejudice. You know what I mean. It's the society itself. It's not only with the racial, but with the cultural. It's really amazing how the thought of that man that was agreeing with the one giving the speech changes when his minority is included in the group that man is attacking. It's really sad how we only activate, most of us of course, only activate our fight instincts against morally bad acts, right? And before injustices, we only wake up when it's something that touches us from close. No, and it's the same thing that the video says. If we allow only one minority to lose his dignity, their dignity, we can, any of the other minorities can be threatened with that. It's not about well, we every one of us is different, so we can go as an example. For example, if they were threatening People that has long hair, for example, could be bad against the people with long hair or with beard or with glasses, for example, instead of contact lenses. That there are minority groups, so it doesn't matter in the end, because at the end we are all humans. In Spain, we have been experiencing this a lot, and by a long time. We have Muslims. We have been having, but they were not very usual to see it in small towns like mine. Or we have gypsies. And there's always been that kind of rejection against them, or South American immigrants, or East European countries. So they are always like threatened. In general, of course, there are a lot of good people with a lot of common sense that thinks otherwise, and I think what is supposed to be right. That they are humans, they are human beings. The borders or the place where you are born is just something circumstantial, and what matters is what you are, how you behave with others. So there can be in Spain, for example, with the Catalonian conflict, we have been having it with the Basque people also, for example. It's a lot of hatred going on, a lot of hatred speaking, and a lot of people anxious for getting power and money that tries to manipulate people to hate each other. I hope one day we get to a point when we will fight for unite ourselves instead of divide us. I hope one day before I die I can see that, or at least that we are on the way. For now I am really sad because this video from 70 years ago is still latent. And America, for example, has been doing quite a good work in the latest years, and now with Donald Trump, in my opinion, of course it's just my opinion, they have been doing a step back. I don't used to make these kind of videos, and I'm sorry because they are not the usual, but I wanted to share these thoughts with you, and I hope you at least you can talk freely to me. And if you have any tip, any suggestion, anything you want to share, it's more than welcome. I'm going to leave here because I didn't want to become a speech or a sermon or something like that. I just wanted to I don't know, if someone thinks and tries to get some common sense about this nonsense, as I said, not only on Spain, for example, now with the Catalonia conflict, in Europe in general, or in the world with the Muslims, there are of course there are people filled with hatred everywhere, and those Muslims that are trying to conquer the world with terror are just I think they are ignorant people that have been educated with hatred. And there are a lot of Muslims that are really amazing people, that are really great people, that are being how is it said, punished by the acts of others. There are great people, Muslims, that are suffering the consequences of the acts of those barbarians that just want to see the world burn. Anyway, sorry for this long video and the sad tone, but I really hope that we can get a clear, better message from this. Let's be that message: hope, tolerance, and fraternity. We are all citizens of Earth, so let's try to walk in the same direction, to lend our arms, to embrace other people, even with differences, instead of fighting with them. Thanks for watching. Here are my social media if you want to check them out, and more more videos. I don't know what will I put there, but well, the rest of the video reaction, they are nothing like this one. Or maybe I put the video blogs, I don't know. Thanks again for watching, and see you, of course, if you want, in the next video. Bye bye.